Yo, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and as you guys saw from today's title, I'm going to be showcasing you guys the best team that we have in ARX as of right now. I've been trying to find the best setup to complete all of these events, especially with how OP Gappy is, and I think that I found the best setup. So we're gonna get into the details of that team. Make sure you guys like and subscribe before we get into this. Show your support if you guys enjoyed this video, but I hope this helps y'all out. Let's get right into it. So as you guys know, Gappy is super busted. He can get up to 1 trillion ability damage. I'll post a picture on the screen. He could literally stack damage infinitely because of his passive, which is beyond stage 2, where he gains a permanent 5% damage buff with no cap, and that buff just also increases very fast. So this team is obviously centered around Gappy. The starting units that we're going to have is Gappy, of course, in the first slot, Lullaby Evo in the second slot because of her passive that buffs all units in range by 15%. Our goal here with this team is to get Gappy out on the field as quick as possible, get him to the end lines as quick as possible, and also use as much buffers as possible to get him, just stacking infinite damage to just shred everything. So that's why we have the setup that we have right now. Then in the third one, we've got Dio over Heaven, obviously because he's the best support in the game. He stacks up a lot of damage with his M1s, and his passives just overall buff really well. The only problem is that Gappy and Dio over Heaven are really slow. I also think this team could be tweaked a little bit better. If you guys have a better team, let me know in the comments down below. But I found that this works really well. Then in the fourth slot, we've got Griffith. In the fifth, we've got Omega Dragon Lord, and in the sixth, we've got Saber. Omega Dragon Lord for his buffs, and Saber because she debuffs the enemies. So now to get into things like gear, we're gonna start off with Gappy. I have these gears right here that lower his cost and his ability cooldowns and his attack cooldowns, because the most important thing with Gappy is speed and his attack cooldown, because his attack cooldown is what gets you to the stage 2 since it's off basic attacks. I have this Soul of Pure Agony, but I think Soul of Infinite Riches would be better because his damage is so good. You don't even need to buff it. You just need to get that cost down since he's so extremely expensive. Then for Lullaby, I have the same thing, trying to get her with as big range as possible and super fast, because I also have Soul of Infinite Riches on her since he's our fastest unit. We want to get her to the front of the board as quick as possible, since each 5th attack grants 3% yen generation, so that's why I have those stuff on her. Then for Dio over Heaven, we also have gears that will lower his cost immensely and also lower his attack cooldown, which is 0.4 right now, because the attack cooldown is what also gets his buffs by basic attacks. And I have Soul of Riches on him because he is very expensive. Then we have Griffith. He has just costs and health and range things, and then I put Soul of Greed on him for the item buff. Omega Dragon Lord works off of getting his buffs on basic attacks as well, so you just choose everything that has attack cooldown, and that's also why I have Soul of Fire on him. Then lastly, we have Saber, who is also just trying to get as minimum cost as possible because her cost is pretty high, and you also just want a lot of yen generation with the Soul of Riches so that you could upgrade Gappy because he's super expensive. Now that we've gotten gear out the way, I'm gonna go to curses. Actually, let's do the traits first. So we have Hyper on Gappy, Hyper on Lullaby, Ultra on Dio over Heaven, Ultra on Griffith, Hyper on Omega Dragon Lord, and I don't have anything on Saber right now, but you could probably put Hyper on her. And then as for the curses, we're going to want to buff whatever I said last time. So for him, definitely speed and attack cooldown are the best. I have this right now, which is fine. I'm probably going to roll it later, but I think you're going to want speed and basic attack cooldown so that you could get him to the front as fast as possible and also get him to that beyond stage 2 as fast as possible. As for Lullaby, same thing. Since she has the Soul of Infinite Riches, you're going to want basic attack cooldown so you get that yen generation, and speed so she could get to the front as fast as possible. For Dio, I have basic attack cooldown. You could also put speed on him. I could make these traits a little bit better, but I haven't really had the time, so basic attack cooldown and speed on him would be good. Then for Griffith, I think this one doesn't really matter. I guess you could put more range on him and maybe like some more HP or something. I don't really know. I don't think his stats matter. Omega Dragon Lord, you're going to want speed and basic attack cooldown as well so you could get those buffs out and get him to the front of the board as fast as possible. And then Saber, same thing. Basic attack or speed and range, just something that will get her to hitting the enemies. Actually, range is more important because range is what gives the enemies debuffs, so having a higher range means getting that debuff out quicker. Alright guys, now that I've explained this whole entire team, let me go show you some times of the events that I get. Firstly, we'll start off with the new Ascension event where you can get Gappy. Usually from what I've tested in this game mode, I get around a 1 minute finish time, and I also only have 2x speed, by the way, so if you have 3x speed, this team would be even better for you. I think it should be around like 43 seconds. I'm not sure the math. I did it before, but now I don't really know. It also depends on a little bit of RNG because it is a chance for Gappy to go onto beyond stage 2 with his M1s. He's already starting to stack damage, so it should be any moment now where he starts to like infinite stack his damage. There it is. And then as he stacks more and more damage, Dio's HP just gets completely shredded. And that's time right there. 1 minute 14. A little bit worse. I'm going to try like 1 or 2 more runs just to show you guys, and then I'll move on to the Gilgamesh event. Alright, that run was a little bit better, 1 minute 3 seconds. We're going to try one more. Yeah, and that run was the exact same. That first run was a little bit slower, I don't know why. But yeah, it should be around 1 minute 3, 1 minute 5. So an average of about like 1 minute 2 seconds. Definitely super fast for 2x speed and solo. I haven't seen any faster rates. If you guys do it faster, like I said, just let me know. Obviously, I'm looking to make this team better, so you guys can give me your suggestions in the comments. If I could change Gappy's soul to like infinite riches or something, I would. Just because his cost is what hurts a lot, but nothing we could do about that. So now I'm going to show you guys the Gilgamesh time. My only problem with this team for the Gilgamesh one is that Dio over Heaven is like really slow, like as slow as Gappy. And this event is relatively shorter, so it doesn't give Dio the time to do basic attacks on the enemies and buff them. I could give him more speed, which I should do, and that would help him out. But I don't know, I think it still really works because the Over Heaven is just so broken when it comes to buffing. So what also doesn't help is the gate where Gilgamesh takes like no damage, so that slows down the run, but then he dies like instantly. That was a 43-second run. Like I said, it averages like 35 seconds, but you might get some runs that are a little bit more longer or a little bit longer just because of that gate, and also just because of like circumstances and stuff like that. I'll try to show you guys some 35-second runs so you guys don't think that I'm just lying. Alright, this one should be pretty good. He's already destroying Gilgamesh in like seconds. Yep, that should be, yeah, 34-second run right there. I'll try to get one more just to show you guys, and I think that should conclude the showcase of this team. And I think that might be it right there. Yeah, 35-second run. There you go, guys. Proof is in the pudding. Alright guys, that concludes my showcase on what the best team is as of right now. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments. As I showed you guys, it does really well when soloing events. 1 minute for the Ascension event and 35 seconds for the Gilgamesh event is pretty good in my opinion. And like I said, you can make some changes to make it even better by adding 3x speed or adding things like better curses and stuff like that. It's not perfect, but it's like almost there. I don't have 3x speed, I don't have the Robux for it. If anyone is like mad rich and can get me 3x speed, let me know in the comments, that would be awesome. I'm just kidding guys, but you know. Thank you guys so much for watching until the end. Like and subscribe for some more videos. Let me know what you guys think about this team, how I can improve it, and I don't know, some video suggestions or something, what you guys would like to see next. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace out.